Hello! In this episode we're going to be installing the hydronic heat for the glam shed. Let's get to work! We are using a Schluter Systems Bekotec-F, which is this orange product that you see right here. And its purpose is to hold the Pex Tubing in place. It can be up to ½ inch, and then you fill it with modified Thinset. So let's look at some of the details. Okay, so the first step is to protect the original floor. We are using this plastic cover from Stego just because we like it a lot. But it can be any plastic. I would suggest if a remodeler ever comes, they are going to thank us for using this one because it's top-notch quality. So that's the first step. The second step is going to be applying this product. It's also from Schluter. It's called Bekotec BRSK. So they have 3 models for this one. One is just the foam. This one is the foam. It's a medium model and it has adhesive in the back. And the most expensive one also has adhesive here on this kind of skirt. And the purpose for this one is actually pretty important. You put it all around the perimeter. And what it's going to do is going to create a raft for your tile so that it can move independently from everything else. And that's because, you know, with a radiant heat there can be expansion and contraction because of the heat differences, or maybe the earth moves or something, and it's going to prevent the tile from cracking. Has 2 types of Bekotec. There's a foam one that it's pretty popular, and we're going to be showing you that one in a different episode. That one is meant for when you have woods of floor. But what I want to focus on this episode, it's this one right here. So this one is called Bekotec-F, and as you can see, it's a pretty thin plastic. And this one is intended for applications where you have slab on grade or any other floor that is going to create very good thermal mass. And that is because since it's thin, it's going to allow the radiant heat to actually transfer to that mass that you have, and then it's going to be awesome. Now, here is one thing you need to know about Bekotec-F. So it has 2 types of holes. These are the large ones and these are the small ones. And the idea is that the small holes actually can snap into the large ones. So I recommend you that when you start installing this, try to make the large holes face the next panel so that you can snap it in easily.
As you can see, we have installed our ½ inch Pex Tubing. We have also loaded it with water and antifreeze. The typical mixture is about 15% antifreeze and 85% water, but it's not really a precise science, so whatever looks about right, that's the good mixture. We also waited like half an hour just to make sure we don't have any leaks, and that said, we're ready to start applying Thinset. But before we do that, we need to level everything. So let me set the levels and then we can talk about how we did that. As you might be able to see, we are almost done with the Thinset, and we're almost done with this episode as well. But before we close it out, I want to show you how we level the Thinset. So you could think of that there are 2 ways of leveling Thinset, and the first one is basically following the contour of the floor and basically setting it at the exact same height. And the other one is using a laser and basically leveling, I guess, to the earth or something. If you level to the earth and the floor is not perfectly flat, you're probably going to be spending a lot of money on Thinset. And we actually have a different video where we talk about that. So that said, let me show you how we level here. So the first thing we do is we define how high the Thinset needs to be. So once we define how high we want it, then we put a little screw at the end. And then we set a string line to define how high the thinset is going to be. In this case, we ended up putting our string line about an inch above the thinset. And then as we start pouring the thinset, we go over, and then we use the tape measure, and then measure against the string. Secondly, you might notice that we actually have another string over there. So we use this super cool aluminum screed with a level even. So basically we set a line on that side that's perfectly level. We set one on this side, and then once it's perfectly nice and set, we pour the thinset in between, and we basically just use this thinset to pull the floor level. So that's effectively how we do it. And so yeah, that's it. We're basically done with this episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.